Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's episode, I'm going to be answering some questions that a lot of people commonly ask me. And yeah, I've tried to make most of these questions related to my blog and podcast, but they may or may not be. And I'm going to be answering them on the spot, so they may not be crystal clear or make any sense. So please bear with me. And yeah, let's get started. So the first question is, what made you start your blog? Okay, so I've been writing from a pretty young age, and it's always come easy to me. Like, I've been able to express things through writing, and I also saw people dealing with problems, like at school and at home and in life as such, and I wanted to do something to help these people, and I didn't know what it was. But then I started writing about it, and I started writing suggestions on how they can deal with their problems, and I wanted to publish it, and I published it in the form of my blog, so that's how I started my blog. The next question is, what made you start this podcast? Okay, so this podcast, I started it, like I said in the promo, the idea of making it was super random. I actually wrote the promo and recorded it on the same night that I came up with the idea, and it was chaotic but successful. And yeah, I don't really know why I started this podcast. I just thought it would go hand in hand with my blog. But the idea, it was random. It came to me when I was scrolling through my blog after a long time. And I just wanted to express myself more. And I thought that by making a podcast, it would be a really fun thing to do and it would be a good way to express myself. Yeah, so the next question was, how long does it take to come up with a podcast idea? So coming up with ideas for the episodes is not so hard because I just take the title of each of my blog posts and I make that into an episode. But for now, it's not very hard because I'm in the beginning stage. But as I go, it may get harder because I would have talked about a lot. Even though there is a lot to talk about, I would have covered most of the things and it may get harder to choose something to talk about. But hopefully it doesn't. But for now, it's really easy. The next question is, how many times do you have to record each episode before or until you get the perfect one? The thing is, I never get the perfect one because I don't think, like I said, perfection is like an illusion to me. So the perfect episode doesn't exist. Each time I record, the episode improves and it gets better, but it doesn't reach perfection. But yeah, I do record it a lot of times. I would say more than 5 times because I mess up a lot. I stutter in the middle. There's a lot of background noises, which sometimes I do leave in the podcast because I think it'll make it more natural. But I do have to edit it out sometimes or re-record just because of that. But yeah, the next question is, what's your biggest strength? I think my biggest strength is the ability to express things through writing, but that's also a weakness because it's not very easy to understand what you've written. I mean, it's not easy for other people to understand what you've written, but it's easier for them to understand when you convey it through by speaking, because when you're verbally talking, the tone makes it easier to understand the message you're trying to convey. So writing is my biggest strength, but it may also serve as a weakness. The next question is, do you write down each episode at once or do you write it little by little? So I write each episode little by little just because I'm not a patient person. I don't have the patience to sit for so long and to write the entire episode at once, even though I can write it at a stretch. I just can't sit for so long. My hand starts getting numb and I have to move around, walk for some time. And I do take long breaks between each writing session. Alright, y'all, so the next question is, do you think you'll ever stop making episodes for this podcast? Okay, honestly, I do think I will stop at some point, but not in the near future. I'll probably stop if I'm under compulsion to stop or if I get like super busy and caught up in work, because at some point I am going to get a real profession in the real world and it may make me a busy person. But I will try my best to continue making episodes if time permits. So, in the near future, I don't want to stop, and I don't think I will, unless I might take breaks, of course, but I won't stop or quit completely. Yeah, the next question is, how do you manage stress? Okay, so I don't manage stress at all because I don't know how to do that, but I do get stressed a lot. It's just that I don't feel or I don't understand that I'm under stress. So I just do whatever I do. Like everything goes with the flow and whatever happens, happens. Yeah. The next question is, when did you start your blog? Okay, I started my blog when I was 13, which is, that was 2 years ago. So I started in 2018. The next question is, how do you know if you're giving people the right advice? All right. So the thing about advice is there's no such thing as right advice. Like, advice is just a person's personal opinion based on their life experiences, I guess. And there's no right or wrong in advice, so there's no way you can know whether you're giving people the right advice just because right advice does not exist. The next question is, how is your podcast different from your blog? Okay, so I think my podcast is more of an expressive platform than my blog mainly because my blog is completely centered on spreading positivity. Of course, my podcast also is focused on positivity, but it's also a place where I can, experiment and have fun with myself. Like on my blog, I can't make things like question and answer sessions, but on my podcast, this video, I can make question and answer videos and have fun with myself while doing it. I'm not trying to say that I don't have fun while making while writing for my blog. I love doing that. But my podcast, I guess, is just a new level of fun, let's say. So, yeah. The next question is, do you like surprises? Okay, so no, I do not like surprises, especially if someone tells me that they're going to surprise me or I find out if there's a surprise and and they don't tell me what it is. It just gets to my head and I do not like it. Yeah. So the next question is, explain how you came up with the blog's name. I have no idea, honestly. Since my blog is just all about me conveying things, I just came up with the name very randomly, and it ended up being So Says Sandhya. So yeah. Anyways, so guys, with that we come to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to this podcast episode because it's something like really different. I didn't plan on doing this, but I had fun while making it, so hopefully I can make a part 2. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed listening to it, like I said, and thank you guys so much for listening to it. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.